Hi, here I am, king of the experiments. So, Anthotype, the use of plants to make photo images. Now, today's experiment, I've done this already. I did this with petals last time, got nowhere. Well, there was a mark on the paper, but there wasn't a photograph. There was a mark. Something did happen. There was some chemical process, but it wasn't what I wanted. So today, spinach, baby spinach, which is green, of course, even though you're watching this in black and white. I have a bowl. I'm going to empty my leaves into the bowl. Now, last time I was using a mortise and pestle, but because I'm doing a lot more leaves, I get more juice out of it. I thought, well, with modern science and that, I can use a hand blender. So all I'm going to do to start with, it's going to get a bit noisy. If you can't hear me speaking over it, it's because it's noisy. And I'm just going to start coming into my leaves. Oh, this is going to take absolutely ages. I thought I'd just whiz through this. Oh, it is happening. I'm being very careful not to cut my fingers off. As you can see, fingers right in the blades. I'm keep my finger right away from that button. Because we've got what we're getting here is I'm pulping it. Idea being, once we get to a certain point, I'm going to put more in. I'm going to have loads and loads of this. Because what I'm going to try and do is get the maximum amount of juice out of this. Oh, look at this. The maximum amount of juice of this. I think I watered it down too much last time with the bucket of water. That's what I think. I think I needed more of the juice from the plant, less of the additives that I put into it. So, more leaves. Look at this. Second bag of leaves. That's a lot of leaves. Now, because I'm not using any chemicals in this could be composted afterwards. Oh God, look at that, it's come off. Or put into a soup. Because all I'm doing is draining the juice out of it. There are definitely vitamins or something still in there. I'm not sure if I think about it without doing that. But as you can see, this is that. And then that all gets clogged. It's a little bit like cutting your glass. You know, your lawnmower gets clogged up. Well, this is a little bit like that. I've worked out already. Do you know what I mean? Probably would have been better with an upright blender. But I don't own an upright blender. So I'm trying to use what I've got. If you could go out and buy a mortise and pestle, and that costs you. Oh, this is happening. It's happening. I'm getting a nice pulp. Oh yeah. I should imagine doing this with a mortise and pestle. It'd take me an hour or so. And I'm 4 minutes in. I'm getting somewhere. very green. What can I say? It's very green. You can't see the colour, it's black and white. But I'm getting puree, it's starting to happen. It's literally puree. Can you see that? Let me move my camera down a bit. Can you see that? I basically turned a load of leaves into a puree, and this is like a it actually looks more like a gel than the other stuff I made. Maybe I just didn't think ahead, and oh, look at that, lovely. Right, I'm going to take that off so I don't cut my fingers off, and I get all this lovely green gel-like stuff, and it feels really jellyish. It's a proper, got a lovely texture to it. It's turning my fingers green, so that's probably a good sign. Oh, but what I've been left with is this, and into that little concoction, I should have got a spoon or something to stir this, really, and a cloth. I'll be back. Wait, I do this quite often in my videos because I don't prepare right. I'm just going to get a spoon and a cloth for my hands because my fingers are going green. They literally are going green. This is great. So into that pulp, I'm just going to put a dot of vodka. I think I used far too much last time. This time I'm just going to use that. That's it. No more. And I'm going to mix that in with it. There we go. I've got vodka infused spinach, which is looking really green, which I'm liking. I've got my jug. Look, I've had to go and buy all this. I didn't have a little civvy thing, so got my jug, civvy thing. This was a nice shirt. It was a lovely linen shirt, and I used to like wearing this in the summer, but I needed a piece of linen, so unfortunately my shirt was donated by me. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all that pulp into that. It really is quite green looking. And I don't really use this in, it's so funny, but I can't believe how green colour, and I'm going to press it, and hopefully oh, there's green stuff there already, but it's something to be coloured down. See if I can tap it out. Are you watching? See it pour? Oh yes, it pours. Oh, look at that. Oh, this has made loads more than last time. Oh, this is brilliant. And what I'm using here is the old twist method. Get all the juice out of it. Messy, definitely. And I'm surprised at how much more juice I got out of that. hands are literally running green, which is great. So now I've got my mix. So this should be light sensitive. This should take a photograph. Should. Now I assumed that I'd have enough after what happened for about 2 pictures. That's what happened to me last time. This time I think I'm going to be able to coat 4 pieces of paper. So I'm going to get another piece of paper. I'm using watercolour paper, which is quite a good quality watercolour paper at that, which I bought originally for Anthotype when I was doing Anthotypes, because I worked out this was the best paper to do it on after lots of experimenting. I think it's because it's a low acid or something like that, low acid paper. Anyway, what I need is a drying box, which is going to be dark, of course, no light getting into it. And while this is wet, it should be all right. I'm not in bright light. It looks bright in here. I've got my blinds closed, believe it or not. It's the camera on the phone lightens everything. Really, it's quite dark in here. Modern technology, fantastic. Anyhow, I've got my box. I'm going to rip a piece of this in half. Dead easy. Think about this. If it worked, I'm saying there's nothing complicated. It didn't work last time. Oh, it's not complicated about it. Didn't even work. Anyway, so I've got 4 pieces of paper. And again, I can actually show you because I've got some paper here. I'm going to use acetate, Man Ray. And I've got another piece of Man Ray's work here. And to be honest, I'm going to find a couple of more Man Ray ones. Now, the reason I'm doing Man Ray images, there is a reason. It's not just that I'm obsessed with Man Ray's work, which pretty self-explanatory I am. It changed my whole art practice, discovering Man Ray to such a degree. I've discovered them. I liked them before. I liked his imagery. I'd always seen his imagery and I knew who he was. But the more I've understood about Man Ray, about what he was doing and when he did it and how much he changed the art world is phenomenal. Him and Duchamp. So Man Ray started doing his rayograms in about 1922 when he first got to Paris. I think he'd been in Paris about 6 months before he started doing his rayograms. And, you know, it's something that's interested me since I discovered you can just capture light. Capture light, here we go. So, same as normal. Get your paper. Ooh, I'm going to bring it down a bit so you can see what I'm doing. And all I'm going to do is take this and coat the paper in the gel. I'm giving it a good old coat. I want it to be proper soaked in. Proper nice thick layer of green. Just like that. And then pop it in the box to dry. And then the next one. I'm going to do all 4 like that, right? So, my idea being, same as last time, that looks like there's enough juice here to probably do more. So what I'll probably do, which I like the idea of, is double coating them. Try and get the colour strong. But to be honest, this colour is much more stronger than it was last time for the petals that I used, which is great. So there we are, getting coated up. Ooh, can you see that? Coated up. As you can see, there's no colour because I hate it. And I still can't believe the amount of juice It's not that much spinach. I probably only needed half a bag, but I've overcompensated because of last time, because I got nowhere with it. So this is going to take a good while to dry. I suppose it isn't a quick process. Because I've got more boards and that than frames, I was going to try 4. But this leaves me open to a bit more experimentation, because I've got more to experiment than I thought I'd have. So, one of the pieces, I'm going to use a bigger piece of paper. And what I'm going to try and do is like a collage of acetates in negative, because I haven't printed out any new acetates for this. These are all acetates that I was using for Anthotype. Apart from the positive images, because they don't work on Anthotype, because you wash out. This doesn't wash out. What you're left with is what you're left with. So I've got a really quite a big piece of paper here I'm coating. And I need to leave this in the dark somehow. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to find somewhere dark. And I've got a cupboard down there. I'm going to probably stand it in the cupboard. Hopefully it don't get covered in dust or nothing like that. Dust. Anyway, I'll give that a real good drenching. I'll probably just... Oh. So I'm going to leave this for now. I'm not going to call. I'm about halfway through my stuff. Oh. No, I'm not. No, I'm going to do another one. I'm just going to sort of fold that into the box. There'll still be some juice left, so some of the paper will have a couple of coats. And I'll write on the ones that I've coated twice. I've coated twice on it. I keep my experimentation very easy by not overcomplicating stuff. It's probably the longest video I've ever done. Yeah, I try and keep it dead easy. So I've done 2 coats on it. I'll just write on the corner of the paper two coats. So don't get confused which one's where and which one's where's. Which I do take notes of what I'm doing. But that's been really enjoyable doing this today. There we are, another piece covered in green. Green. Which is so weird, I hate colour. But I'm trying to catch some light, and no, it's going to be green this time. I need to find some black flowers. That's what I need. If there are black flowers, if there's naturally black flowers. Anyway, that's all the paper coated. In the box. Sealed. Oh, there we go. Dark box. And now this is going to be left until it's dry, which will hopefully be this evening. I'm going to go and put it somewhere warm, like on a radiator or something. And hopefully it'll dry. I'm going to clean up all the mess I've just made. The rest of the juice I'm going to put in a dark cupboard, because, as I said, a couple of the pages I'm going to recoat. Because I've got 2 large, 4 small, I'll recoat 1 large. See which one works the best. And this can just go in a dark cupboard as long as it's light kept out of it. And I'll see you later when we put the acetates to it and frame them up and get them into the light. But they're going to go into the light in the dark. But I know which windows are mine have the early sun, so they'll be in the right place at the right time. Lunchtime, I'll move them back to the back of the house to get more sun. And that process for about a week. I don't think this is a quick process. But we have the leaf to do later. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next thing.